Sometimes, the loneliest feeling isn't when you're by yourself. It's when you're in a room full of people, laughing, talking, existing, and yet you feel invisible, unseen, unheard. Have you ever smiled at someone, but deep down hoped they'd notice something was wrong, but they didn't? That's not just loneliness, that's emotional isolation, and it hurts in a way silence never could. Loneliness is not always about being alone. It's about the lack of connection. Emotional isolation happens when you're surrounded by people, but feel like no one truly gets you. You talk, you interact, you go through the motions, but inside, you feel like you're miles away from everyone, like you're speaking in a language no one around you understands. This is more than just being introverted or quiet. This is when your internal world feels disconnected, even in the presence of company. Psychologists say, emotional isolation is often rooted in fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of being too much or not enough. So we hide, we wear masks, we say we're fine, we smile when we're breaking inside. Over time, this pretending becomes habit. We become experts at fitting in, but never truly belonging. Our brain registers the disconnection and interprets it as pain, just like physical pain, because in our evolution, being emotionally abandoned meant danger. When you're alone, you expect the silence. But when you're with people, especially people who are supposed to care, you expect connection, understanding, warmth. So when you don't get it, the gap between expectation and reality feels like betrayal. You sit at the dinner table with your family and feel like a ghost. You walk with friends, but feel more like a shadow. It's not the absence of people. It's the absence of being seen by the people who are right there. Many of us grew up learning to suppress feelings. Don't cry, don't be dramatic, don't talk about it. So we didn't. We swallowed our emotions, we played it strong. But now, as adults, we don't know how to ask for help or how to say, I feel disconnected, I feel invisible. And even if we try, we fear we'll be misunderstood or worse, ignored. So we isolate, not physically, but emotionally. And the deeper it gets, the harder it becomes to climb out. You're constantly surrounded by people, but feel drained after every interaction. You feel like you're always the one listening, but no one really listens to you. You avoid being vulnerable, because every time you tried, it led to pain. You crave deep conversations, but most of your interactions stay on the surface. And worst of all, you start believing that maybe no one could ever really understand you anyway. Here's the truth. Emotional connection takes courage. Start with honesty, not with others, but with yourself. Ask, where am I hiding? What part of me is dying to be seen? Then, find just one safe person. Not someone perfect, but someone who listens with their heart. You don't have to share everything. Just start, even with a whisper, because you deserve connection. You deserve to be seen. You deserve to feel alive, even in the presence of others. And maybe, just maybe, you'll begin to feel less alone, even when you're not. If this spoke to something inside you, you're not alone. If this resonated with you, leave a comment, I relate, and share it with someone who needs this too. Subscribe if you want more content that speaks what you feel but can't always say. See you in the next video.